In the year 2026, Ferrari unveiled what is undoubtedly the most aggressively luxurious, questionably necessary, and cosmically misunderstood automobile ever conceived by mankind, the Ferrari Roma Quantum Hypergalactic Ultra GT V8++, officially still called Roma by marketing, but internally known as Project Red Mirage, a vehicle so potent and emotionally unstable that it had to be legally declared an existential threat to modesty in 17 countries and 3 parallel universes. With a body sculpted from liquefied ambition, frustration, and leftover LaFerrari carbon fiber sheets, the 2026 Roma's design breaks every rule of aerodynamics and still flies better than some drones. It features what Ferrari calls AeroGuilt, a self-adjusting guilt-based downforce system that detects when you're enjoying yourself too much and adds drag accordingly, just to remind you that joy is fleeting and taxes are inevitable. Under the hood, if you can call it a hood, as it now functions more like a heated carbon fiber altar, is a V8 twin super turbo electro kickstart hybrid monstrosity that Ferrari claims makes around 612 horsepower, but unofficial reports suggest it's closer to 1,200 horses, most of whom are enrolled in anger management therapy. This V8 is so powerful that it doesn't just roar, it shouts its memoirs directly into your soul, recounting the lineage of Enzo Ferrari's caffeine habits from 1947 to present, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour. A pedestrian 3.4 seconds on paper, but in reality, the car achieves this before the driver even finishes blinking, causing several lawsuits from victims of unintentional time travel. And if you're thinking of top speed, don't bother, it's theoretically infinite. At speeds above 350 kilometers per hour, the Roma enters what physicists call the Enzo horizon, where the laws of speed limits no longer apply and reality begins to pixelate like a video game on dial-up. Breaking from that speed involves not only carbon ceramic rotors the size of pizza ovens but also the intervention of a small team of ex-NASA engineers and a parachute deployed from the moon. All this is mounted on a new chassis architecture called Subtle Dominance, designed to cradle the driver in a way that mimics being hugged by a wealthy panther in a velvet robe. The seats are hand-stitched using the tears of underappreciated artists and the breath of Tuscan wind, while the infotainment system runs on a custom AI called Giovanni, who not only handles maps and music but also offers unsolicited life advice and scolds you if you take corners too slowly. Inside, the cabin is a minimalist fever dream. Buttons are replaced with intentions, meaning you don't press anything, you merely feel your desire, and the car obliges. Need to adjust the temperature? Simply think, warm, and the Roma analyzes your body language, compares it to a 1 terabyte archive of historic climate preferences, and sets the temperature accordingly, while playing an appropriate Ennio Morricone track to underscore the emotional weight of your decision. The passenger gets their own touchscreen the size of a small European country, but it's mostly used to order espresso from the built-in barista in the glove box. Said barista, Luca, is a sentient being composed of steam, who occasionally comments on your taste in shoes. Rear seating, technically yes, but legally no. Ferrari still calls it a 2+2 configuration, but those rear seats are more of a philosophical concept, existing primarily to lower your insurance rate and to trap unsuspecting journalists in a time loop of Italian leather and claustrophobia. On the road, the 2026 Roma doesn't so much drive as it performs. Each turn is an aria, each gearshift a crescendo of mechanical passion, and each acceleration a bold rejection of public transit. The suspension system utilizes quantum dampening, adjusting ride quality based on your mood, GPS location, and the astrological alignment of your Nona's birthday. Potholes are ignored, speed bumps are insulted, other vehicles on the road often pull over, not out of fear, but out of respect. And don't even try to park it, because the Roma parks you. Using satellite imagery and gravitational field sensors, it finds the most photogenic location nearby and reorients the Earth's rotation slightly just to get the lighting right for your Instagram post. Ferrari offers a unique parking subscription called Auto Grazie, where valets appear from thin air, take your keys, and vanish with your vehicle into a puff of saffron-scented smoke, returning only when you clap 3 times and say, Cavallino, with proper Italian inflection. And let us not forget the tech. It includes predictive music selection based on your driving style, playful revving cues opera, aggressive driving triggers techno, and driving through Monte Carlo slowly at sunset auto-loads a curated playlist titled La Vita e Troppo Breve per la Mediocrita. Navigation is powered by a sentient GPS named Paola, who occasionally sighs in disapproval if you take a wrong turn, and sometimes just says, "Why don't we just drive until we find ourselves?" The Roma also comes with Ferrari's controversial distraction mode, which overlays holographic animations of ancient Roman chariot races on your windshield when you're stuck in traffic, reminding you that at least you're not being trampled by horses while Julius Caesar yells obscenities in Latin. Of course, no car is complete without its critics. Some claim the 2026 Roma is too beautiful to be practical. Others say the steering feels like piloting a jet made of pure sensuality through a pool of espresso. But that's the point. Ferrari isn't trying to make a car. They're making a statement, a rolling sonnet, a love letter to excessive engineering. It's not about getting from A to B. It's about redefining the alphabet entirely. And when you finally step out of the Roma, dizzy from the pheromones released by the optional Profumo Sport exhaust fragrance diffuser, you realize you're not the same person who got in. You're more Italian, somehow. You speak in hand gestures. You crave truffle oil. Your Spotify rap now contains exclusively Andrea Bocelli and engine noises. You are, in short, enlightened. Priced at a respectable amount for people who no longer ask what things cost, the 2026 Ferrari Roma is available in 11 shades of red, each named after a different tragic love story, and 3 shades of black so dark that physicists are still debating whether they reflect light or devour it. Deliveries began in mid-2026 via private courier hops, each one trained to find you wherever you are, and drop the keys gently into your outstretched hand with a tiny scroll that reads, "It is your time now." With limited production capped at however many Enzo would have approved of, the Roma is not just a car, it's an ode to Italian defiance, mechanical poetry, and automotive absurdity. Critics may say it's too much. Ferrari says, exactly.